is Kristen Donnelly. I'm a physician assistant here in Columbus, Ohio. I work for a private group. Their name is Emergency Services Incorporated, but we staff 4 of the Mount Carmel Emergency Departments. So we go to Mount Carmel East Emergency Department, Grove City, Diley Ridge, and Franklinton, which used to be Mount Carmel West. And then our group also owns an urgent care in Hilliard. So there's a small group of PAs that staff the urgent care primarily right now. So that's what I do. So every day, every shift is a little different depending on if we're working at a freestanding emergency room or one of the busier emergency rooms like Mount Carmel East or at the urgent care. So my shifts at Mount Carmel East, I tend to be working in an area by myself. I always have at least one physician down the hallway, basically, that can come help me with patients, or if I have questions, if I want to review anything with them, they're always there, because that's the role of a PA. You're working alongside a physician. You're essentially a physician extender. So while I'm able to see patients independently, I always have a supervising physician that's nearby that I can be like, hey, come see this patient with me. Can you look at this EKG or X-ray with me? So yeah, if I'm working in a busy emergency room like East or Grove City, that kind of tends to be the setup. And then at the urgent care, we are there by ourselves. There's either 1 or 2 PAs right now. We're doing a lot of COVID testing, but then a lot of other patients come in for other urgent care, complaints or concerns. But again, I always have a physician that is there that I can call, who can come in if needed. But after years of working in the emergency room, there's a lot of things we can handle. But essentially, that's the role of a physician assistant, to be the physician extender. But I'm always there working with a physician who's there to help if needed. So I see a lot of the other like lower acuity patients where the physicians might be busy, tied up seeing trauma patients or patients who are having active strokes and heart attacks. I'm there to keep seeing other patients who are stable. They might be sick or have serious conditions, but they're stable and they're things that I can handle on my own. So that's, like I said, kind of the physician extender role. You're getting to do a lot. You're getting to see a lot. You would see everything in the emergency room. So, and that'll kind of probably tie into some other questions that'll come up later on. From, kids come in, babies to, middle-aged and older adults, any issue that you can think of, we would see. Kids who may just have colds or, other viruses or rashes to, the most sickest of patients, people who are having active heart attacks and strokes. You're repairing a laceration or draining an abscess or treating a simple infection to, admitting patients to surgery. So it's the spectrum of things that you see in the emergency room is really, really vast, I should say. So I had heard about the field just through other family members. My uncle is a physician. He retired from our emergency medicine group. And I knew I wanted to go to grad school, and I was really interested in healthcare. I didn't really know if I wanted to be a nurse or a PA or a physician. I think the role of a PA really appealed to me, working alongside other providers. I really like that part of my job. And then going back to school to get a master's degree, it is substantially shorter than going to medical school. So, it was under 3 years finishing that degree compared to going to medical school and on. So I think that also appealed to me too. I wanted to go to grad school, but I didn't know if I really wanted to devote so many years to training. I just didn't know if I was really cut out for that. But that's, just kind of hearing it from family members and from my uncle who was a physician. We had PAs that worked with our group at the time that he was just really like, hey, being a PA is great. And he's also a huge fan of nurse practitioners too, because in the emergency room, the NPs I work with, it's also a very similar role. Their training is a little different and their degree is a little different. Kind of how they get there is a little different. But at the end of the day, we're seeing patients together and with supervising physicians. So that's another great field to look into for people. So I have a degree in nutrition and food sciences. So it was a great science background with biology and microbiology, all of the chemistry courses. So I got my undergrad in like nutrition and food sciences. I did have to take about 6 or 7 classes after I finished my bachelor's, just other prerequisites, because every PA program is a little different. My understanding is it's still kind of like that. You know, they want to see that you've taken some courses in psychology, some statistics classes, definitely some upper level science courses. So I had to take a couple classes at Ohio State when I was done with my degree. They want to see that like anatomy, physiology background, that you have, you know, experience in those courses. So there were some things I had to kind of brush up on, and I actually had to retake organic chemistry. So get a little better grade in that, but because it's pretty competitive getting into the PA program. So I did spend, probably 6 or 7 classes at Ohio State and Capital after college, just kind of getting my, prereqs ready.